theories of things like ritual magic, and I'm not joking here.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work, when I worked at, I'm not going to name the investment bank, but they had a complex library in there, and that was where I first heard about Erwin Bernays and Saul Alinsky.
Mm-hmm.
And any of this stuff, much of this stuff that's used in particularly marketing and promotion, came out of actual Freemasonic lodges at the turn of the Enlightenment, when this stuff was brought from the sort of esoteric world and into the corporate world. And you have like things like stages of ritual magic where you would have the different methods of guiding a person to belief in something. See, people don't understand the meaning of the word magic. What magic really is to take something in the non-material world and bring it into the material world. Now, what I mean by that is an idea in someone's head. It could be a product. It could be putting lithium salts in the water. And that's one of the things I go through in this book. I describe how a pharmaceutical company may want to put lithium salts in the water, and therefore they go about the same 5 stages of ritual magic in order to get the public to believe that they need this lithium salts in the water. So I apply how that's done in esoteric language into marketing language and show that it's exactly the same thing. And every product is launched like that. They play on the manipulations. There's things like agency, medium, conviction, invocation. It's all used, everything from bribing politicians to paying for corporate advertising about psychotropic medicines constantly on the television. And then funny enough, you have a news story about teenage suicide and some parents saying, well, my child would be still alive if they could take lithium salts, and then there's an ad, some product that has lithium salts in it afterwards. And that's the same kind of idea. They play on our hormones, they play on our emotions, they play on our physiological responses, using everything from mood. And the main product of this is to cause change. That's the term used in magical science, to cause change in the material world. And I bring that up to how the Obama 2008 campaign was all about change. And they used that word for a very specific reason. That term carries a very powerful meaning in terms of changing people's perception, consciousness. And this is what I term these guys. I call them the lords of perception. They're the middlemen between ruling classes, the elites, and the rest of us in order to bring their change into our material world. And it's been used probably since the time of classical Greece, maybe even before at the time of Babylon. And we are so controlled that our opinions are simply not our own. Our opinions are triggers of hormones and endorphins and effects on our physiological system like our nervous system and everything else, and they've been bombarding us non-stop, and it's very easy to detach yourself from that. The thing is, you have to know who the devil is so you can slam the door in his face. So that was the idea behind this book, to try and get those kind of toolkits out there. It goes back tens of thousands of years and it's science. People think, oh, it's airy-fairy, it's kind of like spooky. It's not. It's an actual science. It's a science of controlling human perception. And what you were saying about these logos and symbols, there's a section in my book called The Prisoner's Cinema, and it deals with these things called phosphenes. Because I was learning about psychopaths, I learned a lot about neurology and brain chemistry and electrical brain functioning. There's a thing called phosphenes. They're neurological form constants that they're shapes that if you're in the dark for long enough, it's also called the prisoner's cinema because prisoners held in solitary confinement in darkness see these shapes after a while. And these shapes, they appear in the human brain without any light function. They're actually archetypal neurological form constants that are embedded in our brain, embedded deeper in our consciousness, actually, beyond our actual material brain. And they are so entrenched within our understanding of ourselves as humans that as soon as we see them, as soon as we see these symbols, they instantly resonate